This earth is only on loan to us. One day we must return it to our children. Now, what comes to your mind if you heard sustainability? Anybody? Yes, Isaiah.
For me po, para siyang prolonging or parang pag,
Yes, prolonging.
um,
Tama ba,
yan,
prolonging?
prolonging.
How about si Jomar and last si Alron?
Without compromising.
Compromising without compromising. Yes. Alron,
Maintaining, parang mini-maintain
maintaining.
po para hindi po
Okay. Okay, tama. Thank you everyone for sharing your thoughts. No? Definition of the sustainability. We have the ability of the Earth's various natural system. What are those natural systems? Some we already discussed this. No, the types of resources. Those are also part of the natural systems na hindi man-made, no, natural and human cultural system. So human cultural system, it could be our technology, our science, and economies, of course, na yung ating mga development in which we have to survive and adapt to changing environmental conditions indefinitely. We need to balance these three pillars. Are we living sustainably in our present conditions? Do we have the balance of these three pillars? Diba? That's a question that we have to ask. And if you will become a professional, no, and you will help the economy, yun yung isa sa mga role natin. Are we contributing to the balance of these three pillars? Now, environmental conditions indefinitely. Now, this recognizes challenges in the nature. For example, yung mga calamities natin. With the changing climate, diba? We have natural climate change. We have also anthropogenic climate change. Now, natural capital is, kung i-equate natin siya, we have natural resources and natural services. So that made our natural capital. Okay? Provided by nature that keep us and other species alive and support our economies. That is our natural capital. So, kung kayo class, no, kung mamumuhunan kayo, 'di ba? You have a capital. Dapat hindi mo i-deplete yung capital mo. You have to live off what is its income. Ito na yon. Environmentally sustainable societies protect the natural capital and live off its income. Kasi ang mangyayari kung pati capital ay gagamitin natin, edi in the long run, hindi siya sustainable. Ano ba yung pinakamalaking natural resources? Halos lahat, di ba? We mentioned on our last discussion, yung tubig, yung hangin, yung lupa, lalo na yung lupa, at saka especially si sunlight. Kasi that is one, no, major factor kung bakit may buhay dito sa ating mundong ibabaw. Scientific principles of sustainability. Now, nature has sustained itself for billions of years by, first, what is the first scientific principles? We have solar energy. Second is biodiversity. Third, population, regulation, and lastly, the nutrient cycling. Lesson from nature that we can apply to our lifestyle on economies. Why it says that with these four principles, no, the earth keeps on its function. Okay? Reliance on energy. The sun warms the planet and supports photosynthesis, used by plants to provide food for themselves and for us and other animals. Yeah, we mentioned yung photosynthesis. No? Kung walang photosynthesis, eventually, yung mga nag-survive are those bacteria na capable of producing without or eating without sunlight. Can be found, no? Deep in our soil or ocean. Now, following is the biodiversity. For biodiversity, it is a short word for biological diversity. Okay, the outstanding variety of life forms, the genes they contain, the ecosystem in which they exist, and the natural services they provide have yielded countless ways of life or for life to adapt to changing environmental conditions throughout the Earth's history. At may mga plants, then here comes the animals. So that the plants or the producers are able to feed, no, the animals, the fauna. Now, population control. Competition, no, for limited resources among different life forms places a limit on how much their populations can grow. Population control. Kasi, pag walang population control, we have the concept of prey and predator. Anong mangyayari sa population? So, mag-overshoot naman. For example, yung yung crocodiles natin. They are big predators. They are a keystone species na kung saan they regulate the populations of other species, which is kumukonte yung ating keystone species, no? Ang nangyayari is mas dumadami yung mga pests or peste na mga species. And they also keep the balance and also the cleanliness of their, let's say, habitat. Kaya, napaka-importante na hindi natin, no, ma-imbalance. Kasi baka, or tanungin natin, baka tayo lahat, no, tayo ang predator sa lahat ng species. The last one is the nutrient cycling. So, lahat tayo na eventually will die and return to soil. So, we will become part of the nutrients in the soil. Who are the actors of nutrient cycling? Sila yung mas may, I think, mas may mahalagang papel kaysa tao. Yung mga bacteria natin, yung mga earthworms natin, mga microbes natin, ano pa, mga feeders natin. Kasi sila yung nagre-return ng mga debris, mga dead matters into nutrients. Kasi kung wala yan, ano mangyayari? Siguro ang baho-baho na ng ating environment kung walang mga decomposers. Okay? Siguro mas pipiliin ng Earth, no, ang decomposers over human. No, kung may ano siya, no, may free will siya to eliminate a species. Baka mas pipiliin ng Earth yung mga decomposers over sa human. Or that is how our Earth sustain itself. No? Kahit wala pa yung tao dyan sa picture. Exist at mag-exist siya. With these 4 principles, can you think of example of nutrient cycling? Example, water cycle. This example of nutrient cycling. Carbon cycle. That is an example. Phosphorus. Ano pa? Nitrogen. No? Napaka-importante ng nitrogen. No? Our atmosphere is composed of almost 78, no? Or 78. Yeah, 78 something of nitrogen. Okay, napaka ano niya, vast or dami sa ating atmosphere. Photosynthesis class, ano ba yung formula ng photosynthesis? You need to have water and you need to have water and carbon dioxide. Okay? Let me type in the H2O, water, plus CO2. That's why yung plants natin is carbon sink. Kaya kung magtatanim tayo ng maraming puno, it can absorb carbon dioxide. Kasi kailangan siya sa ating carbon. Then, ang product niya is glucose or sugar. Yun yung biomass ng ating plants. Ano bang ano ng glucose? CHO? Plus, it will, what? Release oxygen. Imagine, kaya tayo nabubuhay because of oxygen. Now, without producers in an environment, no, most likely wala tayo. Kasi we are very dependent with our producers or plants. Okay? So, imagine pag lagi tayo napuputol o wala na tayong forest. Okay? Saan yung magre-replenish yung oxygen natin? Sino ang magre-replenish ng oxygen? Hindi natin kayang gumawa ng oxygen. Okay? Carbon dioxide kaya natin gumawa. Kaya ang dami nating emissions ng carbon dioxide dahil sa pag-burn natin ng mga fossil fuels or mga basura natin. So, kaya umiinit. Kasi yung atmosphere natin is napupuno ng carbon dioxide. Kasi nag-i-entrap siya ng heat sa sun. Hindi niya nire-reflect back yung heat sa sun. Hindi niya hindi niya binabalik. But, kumbaga, ah, tinatrap niya. Kaya tinatawag siyang greenhouse gases. Now, in discussing sustainability, we need to understand, no, kung sa human, no, yung impact natin. We need to know some concept. We have ecological footprint. Ano ba itong ecological footprint na to? Okay? It is a measure of human demand on the Earth's ecosystem. Kumbaga, per capita to, per person. Okay? In a per person, the scientists come up, no, this ecological footprint in measuring or amount of the natural resources he or she use per year. So, yun yung unit niya. Ang yung unit dito is hectare or kumbaga in-equate nila into how much land it can consume per year. So, the footprint of a region. Now, from individual calculation, they come up to a region and then country. Okay, footprint of a region can be contrasted with the natural resources it generates. Okay, for example, water mo per day, ilan yung gallons na nauubos mo? Now, along with that use, ilan yung emissions mo or ilan yung wastewater mo in a day? So, estimates lang naman class, no? We cannot really get no exact no calculations, no, lalong-lalo na pag sampling lang. So, these are estimates, no? But it is done scientifically. Okay? Hindi siya bara-bara lang na nag-come up sila with that study. Okay? Now, this picture here no, compares two families. Which do you think from these two families have or has a high ecological footprint? The picture, select picture above or below. Ano sa tingin nyo? Sino sa family nito ang mataas yung ecological footprint? Anybody would like to try? Okay, let me read out the consumption of natural resources. The top photo shows a family of 5 subsistence farmers with all their possessions. They live in the village of Shinki, Bhutan, in the Himalaya mountains, which are sandwiched between China and India in South Asia. The bottom photo shows a typical U.S. family of 4 living in Pearland, Texas, with their possession. Sino yung unang nagtaas ng kamay? Yes, Jan.
Tingin ko po ma'am yung pinakamalaki po is yung nasa baba po kasi po as you can see on the background po marami po silang gamit na nagko-consume po ng resources natin. While yung sa taas naman po minimalist lang po sila and like ginagamit lang po nila is yung mga renewable and like hindi po marami yung ginagamit po nila na nagko-consume po ng resources natin ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Jan. No, very good, tama. By just seeing the possessions of two families, no, we can clearly identify kung sino yung mas may malaking ecological footprint, no? Which means kung mas malaki yung ecological footprint mo, mas malaki yung impact mo sa environment. Now, imagine that one, yung 4 lang, tapos yung sa buta naman, napakasimple lang ng mga possession or mga tawag natin yan, kung baga kagamitan, no? Even their house, no? Kumbaga they're living in their life in a very simple, diba? As compared dito sa baba, no, in American family, no? Kumbaga sa Amerika daw, no? Lahat ng family may sasakyan, diba? That is our goal, no? In the Philippines. Yan ba yung goal natin, class? To have every family a car? So, gusto ba nating maging Amerika? Kasi ayaw na nating maging developing. Now, you have to think twice, no, if we want that dreams. Kasi malaki ng impact natin kung lahat ng country ay gustong maging Amerika. No, paano na yung pag-sustain ng ating mga resources every day? Kung lahat tayo, imagine lang, no? Imagine lang ha, ngayon, imagine nyo kung lahat tayo ay namumuhay katulad ng isang American family. Now, paano masusustain ni Earth yung ating lifestyle? Kung yung everyday mo, yung consumption mo ng energy, ang laki. Ng gasoline, ang laki. Ng food, no? They have a lot of food waste in developed countries. Just a comparison of the global ecological footprint per country and then converted to per capita or per person. Now, in the US, ganito yung ano nila, million hectares. Yung lifestyle nila, they have to produce an estimate of this land to sustain their lifestyle. Diba? Imagine yung Japan, nasa 5% lang of the world. Si India, ang dami na din kasing population ni India. China, and then EU, and then US. Wala pa rin tatalo sa US. Now, if we convert that into per person, we have one American need 9.7 hectares of land, no, para to sustain that lifestyle. Okay? And saan tayo? Hindi tayo in-include, no? Lagi na lang, no? Wala tayong insignificant ba tayo? Insignificant tayo by numbers kasi compare mo sa kanila, if si India per person is 0.8, probably, no? Estimate ko lang to, baka nasa 0.000 tayo. No? Yan. Now, take a look at here in this figure. Ito yung capacity lang na dapat nating i-live off or talagang i-maintain. No? That is our Earth's ecological capacity. But by the year, saan tayo lumagpas? Dito. They estimate na dito, lagpas na talaga tayo. At saang petsa na tayo? Nandito. So, by just looking at it, we really overshoot the Earth's resources. Ang ginagawa na lang natin because of our ingenuity, remember yung planetary management, we are not running out of resources. Now, we can always replenish with our ingenuity, with our technology and science, and that is happening in our environment. Yan na yung nangyayari. For example, yung mass production. With the help of science and technology, napapadali. Now, yung mga, process, no? From production to process, yun. Kumbaga, we are not expanding anymore the capacity of the Earth. We are just living and then making out of what we have, for example, our science and technology, para mag-survive pa yung population natin dito. Okay? Naintindihan dito, class? Now, learning this concept of ecological footprint, hindi naman siguro masama din po na mag-aspire ng mabuting buhay, ng magandang buhay. Of course, hindi, no? Not saying na we have to stay poor. No? Kasi ang laki ng impact ng mga mayayaman. No. I'm not saying that, no? Paano yung level natin ng pamumuhay ngayon? May karapatan tayo to have a better life. As long as hindi siya sobrang, kumbaga sobra-sobra. Yung kumbaga in terms of your gadgets, no? Kahit wala nang gamit, because you just want that kasi hindi mo na alam kung paano gastusin yung pera mo, yun na yung pumapasok, yung limit natin sana. Okay? Yung bahay ninyo, na ikaw lang yung mag-isa, tapos bibili ka pa, you have to think, no? Yung yung ways natin, no? In minimizing our resources para makatulong. Hindi sinasabi dito na we have to stop our development, but we have to carefully balance it na hindi naman masyadong na-stress yung resources niya. Okay? Now, the tragedy of the commons is the depletion or degradation of the potential renewable resources to which people have free and unmanaged access. For example, yung ating ocean, no? We can freely get fish as long as nasa economic zones natin. Okay? That is an open resource. No? Kahit ikaw, taga Batangas ka, you can go to Palawan, no? Saan ba? As long as it is in our jurisdiction. That is what we call open or free resources. Minsan, manageable siya, minsan hindi rin na ma-manage. Okay? An example is the depletion of commercially desirable fish species in an open ocean beyond areas controlled by hostile countries.
Thought experiment that you live in a small village and depend on the local fish pond for food. You share the pond with 3 other villagers. The pond starts off with a dozen fish, and the fish reproduce. For every 2 fish, there will be 1 baby added each night. So, in order to maximize your supply of food, how many fish should you catch each day? Take a moment to think about it. Assume baby fish grow to full size immediately, and that the pond begins at full capacity, and ignore factors like the sex of the fish you catch. The answer? 1. And it's not just you. The best way to maximize every villager's food supply is for each fisherman to take just 1 fish each day. Here's how the math works. If each villager takes 1 fish, there will be 8 fish left overnight. Each pair of fish produces 1 baby, and the next day the pond will be fully restocked with 12 fish. If anyone takes more than 1, the number of reproductive pairs drops, and the population won't be able to bounce back. Eventually, the fish in the lake will be gone, leaving all 4 villagers to starve. This fish pond is just one example of a classic problem called the tragedy of the commons. The phenomenon was first described in a pamphlet by economist William Forster Lloyd in 1833 in a discussion of the overgrazing of cattle on village common areas. More than 100 years later, ecologist Garrett Hardin revived the concept to describe what happens when many individuals all share a limited resource, like grazing land, fishing areas, living space, even clean air. Hardin argued that these situations pit short-term self-interest against the common good, and they end badly for everyone, resulting in overgrazing, overfishing, overpopulation, pollution, and other social and environmental problems. The key feature of a tragedy of the commons is that it provides an opportunity for an individual to benefit him or herself while spreading out any negative effects across the larger population. To see what that means, let's revisit our fish pond. Each individual fisherman is motivated to take as many fish as he can for himself. Meanwhile, any decline in fish reproduction is shared by the entire village. Anxious to avoid losing out to his neighbors, a fisherman will conclude that it's in his best interest to take an extra fish, or 2, or 3. Unfortunately, this is the same conclusion reached by the other fishermen, and that's the tragedy. Optimizing for the self in the short term isn't optimal for anyone in the long term. That's a simplified example, but the tragedy of the commons plays out in the more complex systems of real life too. The overuse of antibiotics has led to short-term gains in livestock production and in treating common illnesses. But it's also resulted in the evolution of antibiotic-resistant bacteria, which threaten the entire population. A coal-fired power plant produces cheap electricity for its customers and profits for its owners. These local benefits are helpful in the short term. But pollution from mining and burning coal is spread across the entire atmosphere and sticks around for thousands of years. There are other examples too. Littering, water shortages, deforestation, traffic jams, even the purchase of bottled water. But human civilization has proven it's capable of doing something remarkable. We form social contracts, we make communal agreements, we elect governments, and we pass laws. All this to save our collective selves from our own individual impulses. It isn't easy, and we certainly don't get it right nearly all of the time. But humans, at our best, have shown that we can solve these problems, and we can continue to do so if we remember Hardin's lesson. When the tragedy of the commons applies, what's good for all of us is good for each of us. TED-Ed is a nonprofit. If you value our work, please consider supporting it on
Okay, class, mas naintindihan ba yung ano? Ito lang yung class pag hindi natin maprotektahan yung ating resources, this could lead us to this tragedy of the commons. And hindi natin yun wini-wish class, no? Kahit pa sobra ng dami natin. Kasi nagdidiktit kasi number one yung resources dahil sa dami ng nag-extract. But yung hinighlight dito is kahit pa konti lang yung population, pag isang may greed, no, or greedy one, na talagang sa kanya lang yung resources na manipulate niya, that could also lead to tragedy of the commons. Now, what do you think, no, in our current environment, what do you think is a phenomenon that could lead us to the tragedy of the commons? Ano yung tatapos sa atin? May naisip ba kayo? Yung pagkain ba? Yung food scarcity ba? Yung pollution ba? Yung traffic ba? Yung pag-inject ba ng antibiotics sa ating mga livestocks? Ano kaya sa tingin niyo yung pinaka mas malaking concern, no, that could lead us to tragedy of the commons? So, yan. I will leave you with that question. Yes, may gustong sumagot. Christian, anong idea mo, Christian?
Um, sa tingin ko po, yung pinaka-focus po sa ngayon is yung pagpuputol po ng puno. Although simple lang naman siya. And sobrang common nung idea na yun. Pero sobrang bigat nung magiging impact sa atin, lalo na in the future kapag nawalan ng puno. First of all, sobrang helpful ng puno sa atin sa mga nag-aaral, syempre sa physical paper. Although may mga yung mga online notepads, gano'n. Pero hindi pa rin mawawala yung
Totoo.
yung
Yung mga hard
nakasanayan na
copies,
opo, yes po, yung mga hard copies
printed
and
copies.
such. Yes. And then yung din po, yung pag-save nila sa atin sa mga floods. Ayun po.
Yes, tama. So, yun
Ayun.
yung natural services na walang bayad, no? Coming from our forest resource. Okay? Walang
Yes
bayad.
po.
Magtanim ka dyan, poprotektahan ka. Even our mangroves, no? Sa mga coastal areas natin. They are called coastal forests, no? Barriers yan sila sa mga storm surges, sa mga typhoons. So, those are free. Hindi sila nagpapabayad class, no? So, we have to take care of them because they are protecting us. Okay, example of this also. No, this is a tragedy, no, of endangered mga species natin. No? This kind of, let's say, pag-produce ng product gamit yung mga endangered species natin. This is a practice in the countries? Temperate regions and sa mga poles na regions natin because they have this winter. And this can resulted to tragedy of the common for those species. Imagine, ang dami na ng tao na nagpapatronize with this stuff. Eh di yung napapressure yung population kung ano mang species, no? Yung mga kinakatay o pinapatay nila just to make this product. Kaya they need to look into that kasi it will result to extinction. Talaga yung extinction matindi. No? Kung wala na talaga. Societies can become more environmentally sustainable through economic development. Yes, no, I'm also a firm believer of this na kaya naman nating mag-progress no without degrading our environment. Hindi ako totally mag-advocate into environmental wisdom na world views kasi ang hirap noon, no? Talagang simpleng pamumuhay, babalik tayo sa Stone Age. Kayang-kaya natin 'yan, no? Kasi walang mga development at the time. But now that our present, no, condition, hindi na pwedeng bumalik doon. No? We need to sustain, but we need to have a sustainable development. Okay? Now, these are just strategies on how we can shift to a more sustainable, let's say, practices, initiatives, no, and mindset. No? Importante yung mindset class kasi nasasanay tayo sa mga nakasanayan natin. No? Sometimes reluctant tayo sa mga change, kailangan nating baguhin. Okay, for example, our current emphasis, we have pollution cleanup. Na nasasanay tayo na pag may, for example lang, sa restaurant, no? Never restaurant di tayo naglilinis, no? Kasi alam natin may workers diyan, no? May mga employees diyan na maglilinis. So we are on that mindset na may maglilinis sa ating kalat. So that is an example, pollution cleanup. Now, another is, ini-expect na natin na ito is may pollution. And then, pinapatronize pa rin natin. Okay? Kasi kaya namang linisin yan. Pag may na-release na siya, kaya nating linisin. Now, if we shift into a more to a more sustainable emphasis, we have pollution prevention. Now, you prevent, no? Di ba? Ika nga, prevention is better than cure. Mas makakatipid ka kung nag-prevent ka than sa meron na yung problem. No? Rather than cleaning up your mess or the pollution. Okay? Waste disposal. For example, bury or burning it. How about waste prevention? Ano yung mga practices mo na mas hindi ka na mag-expect na may susunugin ka, may i-bury ka. How about recycle it? Reusing it. So yun yung mga waste prevention emphasis natin. Protecting the species. Kung isang species lang, siya lang, focus na, why not protecting the habitat? No? Para kasali yung mga ibang species and also kung ano yung nandun na tirahan ng isang species na pinoprotektahan mo is mapoprotektahan mo rin. Environmental degradation. Why not environmental restoration? Now, kung i-screen natin yung mga projects natin na nasa environment natin or nasa sitwasyon natin ngayon, no? Marami sigurong mawawala sa listahan. Okay? And we advocate environmental restoration. Kaya ang ganda ng restoration. Kasi for example, if you have the project of tourism, no, you're restoring those area for tourism at the same time, nire-revive mo yung mga species nandun. Rather than building something in that area, for example, convert mo siya into or i-reclaim mo siya into a mall. No? Kasi gusto mong magtayo dyan ng mall. So, hindi siya sustainable in the long run kasi hindi mo napoprotektan yung mga species na nanirahan diyan. Okay? Increasing resource use. How about less resource waste? No? Population growth. Population stabilization. Tayo in the Philippines, hindi na tayo maghanap ng ibang example. We are still growing. Wala tayong talagang strong na, let's say, policy na to stabilize our population. Wala pa tayo dun sa problem wala pa tayo dun sa point na kino-concern natin yung paglobo ng ating population, which is one of the cause of poverty, no? Yung mindset ng ibang family na the more the merrier. Pero yung the more pala is hindi natin nabibigyan ng sapat, no, na pag-aalaga, resources, no, and support for the children. So yun, stabilization. I believe na it's time. It's time na ba? Stabilize lang, not really to control. Stabilize lang. Kasi napaka-young. Baka tayo by next 5 years, baka nasa top 3 na tayo. Nasa top 11 or 10 tayo as of the moment. Try to check that one, class. Okay? Depleting and degrading natural capital. Rather, going to protecting the natural capital. Protecting our water. Okay? Napakalaga ng tubig natin. No? Mawala lang yung lahat. Huwag lang yung tubig. Okay? Now, some guidelines. Alam ko, konti lang to. There are 10. But I know, marami pang, pamamaraan. Okay? I will stop by 6 p.m. class. No? Kaya medyo, ako, mabilis. But let me know kung nabibilisan kayo or may mga questions kayo, ha? Now, working towards sustainability, some guidelines. Leave the earth as good or better than we found it. Take no more than we need. Okay, try not to harm life, air, water, and soil. Protect biodiversity help maintain Earth's capacity for self-repair. Okay? Don't use potentially renewable resources faster than they are replenished. For example, yung isda. Alam ko nagre-renew yung isda. But kung pati yung maliliit at saka yung hindi kapanahunan niya ay kinukuha natin, eventually it will go extinct. Yun yung pinakamalala niyang kapalaran. Maging extinct siya. Kasi hindi na natin sila binibigyan ng panahon to replenish. Don't waste resources. Don't release pollutants faster than the Earth's natural processes can dilute or degrade them, especially itong mga heavy metals natin. They are persistent. They are non-biodegradable in the environment. Tapos ang dami nating industries na that releasing chemicals, and then it ended up in our oceans. Anong nangyayari? Kinakain lang din natin yung ating mga basura, especially itong mga toxic heavy metals. Kaya minsan, hindi na natin alam, no? Bumababa din yung ating lifespan sa tao. No? Marami na tayong sakit na hindi natin alam bakit may mga ganito. No? We compare that to yung mga sinaunang tao, mga unang-unang tao natin, no? They have a long life. Ngayon, cancer, ang dami. Radiation, especially radiation cause from nuclear power plant. No, ang tindi niyan, no? We have cancer of the blood, leukemia. That's the one impact or one health effects of radiation. Now, slow the rate of population growth. This is global. Now, kahit sa Philippines mag-control, wala siyang impact. Kung baga, ang lahat naman is hindi din nagko-control. So, lolobo at lolobo yung population nito. And that means we need more resources to feed the population. Now, reduce poverty. How we can reduce poverty? Ito, usapan ito ng hindi lang environmental, no? This social and economic na topic. At political, no? Dami nitong kumbaga, ang tagal nitong problema, the same with environment, hindi pa rin nasusolusyonan. Okay? Pero, pag sakto yung management natin class in terms of political will, I believe na mawawala yung poverty class, no? Nasa lang talaga din ng leadership. Kaya isip-isip tayo ng mga leaders talaga na may concern, no? Sa atin. Now, these are the 3 pillars that I've been discussing earlier. So, social, human, economic, and environment. Now, saan ba ito nagsimula? Na sino ba ang nag-coin ng sustainable development? So, it started by the WCED, the World Commission on Environment and Development. This started first conference nila under the leadership of Gro Harlem Brundtland. So they have this book published, Our Common Future. So they first coined the sustainable development, no, in 1987. Okay. I think this is also the first environmental conference ever, no, by the UN. And we are signatory and we are a member of the UN. So we are not exempt, no? Kumbaga kung member ka, mag-comply ka kung saan yung programa ng international bodies. So, and we are I think, no, mga academic institutions, we are advocating sustainable development goals in our institution. Like PUP, nag-advocate yan sila, no? They have projects that align with the 17 goals of sustainable development. Now, sustainable development defined as is a development that meets the needs of the present, no, tayo, without compromising the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. No, unfair sa kanila kung hindi na nila ma-experience kung ano yung beauty, ano yung ka-convenient, no, ng life natin, no, in the future if wala na. So that's the aim of the sustainable development. We're still growing economically, but at the same time, di natin kino-compromise yung environment and especially yung right ng future generation. And who are this future generation? This is our children's, no? Kasi whether we like it or not, mamamatay tayo. And then, may mga offspring tayo. Now, they have the right to see yung Earth as is, kung ano yung na-experience natin, better sana than we have experienced. Hindi yung worse, ha? Hindi yung nag-rise na yung sea level rise, uminit na yung yung ating atmosphere, sobrang init plus, no? matindi yung init natin ngayon, hindi katulad noong unang panahon. Kaya, wino-workout natin kasi yung mga impacts is unti-unting nagmamanifest sa ating environment. Now, lastly, these are the 17 goals. Before SDGs class, yung UN, may mga framework sila. And this is the latest. Yung last, before this SDGs, meron tayong Millennium, forgot, Development Goals, Millennium Development Goals. Yung na-end siya ng 2015. And this follows. Ito yung, excuse me, class, Sustainable Development Goals. Now, with this 17 goals here, no, ito yung tinatarget ng hindi lang mga academic institutions, ng ibang corporations also na mag-certify sila na they are following these goals of the Sustainable Development by UN, which is okay, no? Kaya nga nagtra-transition unti-unti yung ibang corporations, no, para to anchor their kumbaga corporate social responsibility with these goals. Kasi ang ganda ng framework, it balances yung development and while protecting the environment, also promoting yung development socially. Okay? We have first, no, poverty. Number 2, zero hunger. Walang 3, good health. 4, quality education. 5, gender equality. 6, clean water and sanitation. 7, affordable and clean energy. 8, decent work and economic growth. Industry, innovation, and infrastructure for 9, 10, reduce inequalities. 11, sustainable cities and communities. 12, responsible consumption and production. 13, climate action. 14, life below earth. 15, we have life on land. 16, peace, justice, and strong institutions. 17, partnerships for the goals. So, if you are an institution, if you are a corporation, ang dami mong pwedeng i-angkla, anchor mo yung mga projects mo dito. Now, may mga makako-contribute ka, no, in balancing this, kumbaga, disparity. No? Now, example, no, anong sustainable goal na under yung kailangan mo ng tubig, no? Tapos ang layo ng tubig doon pa sa kabilang city. And then ang source pa doon is hindi treated. So anong possible na goals mo dito? Yung i-apply dito. Anybody? You can cite 1 or 2 you think is applicable to that problem. Now, you see, ang mga business people, minded people class, naghahanap yan sila ng opportunity sa kanilang surroundings. Now, finding that opportunity equals the problem. Now, they can come up also something na project dyan. Either kung government, it's free for the public, no, for the community. Now, for private naman, pwedeng hindi free. Pwedeng may bayad. Now, with that problem, anong sa tingin nyo yung SDGs na mag-aangkla yung project doon? Walang tubig, nasa kabilang syudad. Now, pag sa kabilang syudad pa, hindi pa siya treated. No? Yung source is hindi treated. Napakasaklap nun. No? I hope everyone here, no, is drinking safe and clean water. Okay, I'm ending my discussion for tonight, but who would like to answer my last question? Baka may idea kayo. For the last 2 minutes. Janine.
For me po, yung SDG po na parang nasasaklaw po nung problem na yun is clean water and sanitation and then affordable and cheap po.
Saan pa? Isa pa. Yes. 6. Tama. Ano pa?
Responsible consumption and production po, I think.
Okay. No? Responsible consumption and production. Yes. No? Definitely. Number 6, tama ka. Kasi yung isang problem niya is hindi treated. So, we need something project na magti-treat. Ano ba yung nagti-treat ng It's water treatment facility. Pwede. And responsible consumption and production. Yes, no? Napuproduce ka, nagti-treat ka, and then sinasabihan mo Yung mga community mo na wag kayong mag-aaksaya ng tubig. Pasok yan, Janine. Ano pa? Aside sa 6 and 12. Can you cite? Ano yung pwede doon? Okay, wala na. Since it's already 6, dagdag ko pala. Aside sa 6, 12, we can also apply yung Sustainable Development Goal number 9. Yung industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Part siya doon. No? Yung pag-build ng water treatment facilities. And of course, no, yung source ng water. Okay? Okay. No more question? Clarification? Naintindihan dito, class? Naintindihan yung discussion?
Yes po.